First of all, let's clear something out. Anyone can travel. Traveling doesn't just mean boarding on expensive flights across the world and going around 5 times a year. In fact, it can have various different meanings for many people. For me, it's a journey that I make to connect with different people, different societies, different cultures, nature, and even myself. So traveling can be a visit to a different region in your country, a different country in your continent, a different continent, or even the moon if you've got the flipping money for it. First step to becoming a traveler: commitment. Commit to your travel ambitions and goals. If you create a travel wish list that just sits on your shelf gathering dust, then you might as well stop stockpiling and use that list to wipe your Commit to taking the necessary steps to make it happen. Which brings us on to the next point. Save up. Whether the travel is short and cheap, long or expensive, long or cheap, yes, mega travel bargains do exist. It doesn't really matter. You must always save up so you can enjoy your traveling to the max. It really does suck when you travel somewhere and use all your savings for your flights, then you get there and you miscalculated your budget. Now you're watching people eat nice food, take transport, and do all the fun and cool stuff. Hold up. I'm not saying that traveling is only fun if you splash the cash. No, you can still have a great time eating your kettle noodles in your non-kitchen Airbnb. Your mindset, creativity, and positivity really does go a long way in getting the most out of your traveling. But wherever you go, you will always have to spend money, even for the basic things like food, accommodation, and transportation. So always account for the cost of your basic living needs and activities while traveling, and save up. How to do this? Well, you gotta commit to it. Every month, sacrifice your unnecessary cheeky takeaways or clothes you don't actually need and put that money towards your travels. You'll find that you can actually afford traveling more than you thought. All it takes is discipline to stop spending your money on rubbish that will not create long life memories. There, I said, I ain't even sorry about it. The truth is out there. Third, bargain hunt. I love this. If when buying flights, trains, or coaches and you don't have more than 7 to 10 tabs open, then you are not bargain hunting. Before you start searching for prices, please always ensure you are searching on private mode. For Safari, this is under private, and for Google Chrome, this is under incognito, which you can get by pressing Ctrl-Shift-N. You are now a spy. If you are using Firefox or Internet Explorer, then you really need to reconsider your life choices. I'm kidding, I just don't know the settings for that. If you don't browse in private, then you're feeding those cookies right into the cookie monster, aka the traveling websites that you're looking at, and you're making the prices go up. You have to be invisible. Otherwise, they will increase the prices like stupid in a matter of minutes. Having all those tabs open can be overwhelming, so grab a piece of paper and literally draw out your journey. Check for round trips, check for single way trips. Compare the prices, and once you found the cheapest one, commit and book it. Of course, providing you do have the travel documents necessary to do this journey legally. Which brings us nicely on to the next point. Travel documents. Do you have the right travel documents? If not, how is it to get hold of it and how long will it take? I really would not recommend buying flights without having a passport that actually covers the timeline around your travel dates. Because even if the process to renew your passport or get a new passport for your nationality is easy, you never know what can happen in that time. Trust me, I have been there, I've done this mistake, and it was not pretty. But that's a story for another time. With visas, you usually apply and buy after you've made the booking. But before you make the booking, you should really check how long it takes to get a tourist visa for the place you're going to. Most tourist visas are pretty quick to do, especially online, but the longest I've had to wait for a visa was 3 days, and that actually resulted in me missing my flights. But again, that's a story for another time. Maybe when I make a series called The Unfortunate Travels of Ariel. Next one, vaccinations and medication. If you're going to a tropical country, then you most likely have to take vaccinations and medications to protect your health while out there. I don't care if you're a no-vax kid, okay? This could be fatal and you need to do it. In some countries, you actually need a certificate of the vaccination to enter the country, like yellow fever. Vaccinations and medication is also something to consider in step 2 of savings. Also consider how much time you have to get the vaccinations and medication. Some vaccinations have to be taken 1 month before the departure date, and others have to be taken in several shots across a few weeks. You also have to consider the accessibility of these vaccinations and medication. Don't assume your local clinic will have the vaccinations and medications ready for you. Sometimes they do have to order it in, and that can take some time. Up next, gear up. Gear such as skis and surfboards can be hired at the location and activity provider, but ensure you have the right clothing and gear for your day-to-day use. For example, have you got the right coats to protect you from the weather out there? On my recent travels to North America, I took the crappiest coat known to mankind, and it wasn't warm enough, it wasn't cool enough in terms of temperature, and it was not convenient enough. Daniel actually named it Regrets with an A and a Z at the end. While in different parts of North America, we experienced different climates, and that coat was just useless. It ended up being a real burden and annoyance, and you really do not want that for your travels. Footwear: if you're walking a lot throughout the day in the city or hiking in the mountains, then you want to make sure you have comfortable footwear. Who cares about fashion if you're going to be thinking about your achy big toe instead of taking in the view and the landscape that you paid so much money for? And finally, have fun, guys. Honestly, it's so much fun. There's a real feeling of accomplishment when you board that plane and you just sit there with your butterflies in your stomach and your head saying, man, I did it. I finally did it, and I'm finally going on an adventure because I put in the work and I earned this. I am a traveler. I highly recommend that you take a camera or have enough storage in your phone, because trust me, you're gonna want to capture these long life memories, plus cheeky Instagram content. And that's pretty much it, the simple steps and points I have learned from my experience in becoming a traveler. For traveling more locally, it will be simpler and cheaper, but you should always plan and budget. Remember guys, anyone can travel within their means if they really want to. The power is literally in your hands to make it happen. The world is so big and beautiful. Even if you start small, it really does not matter. But for now, please stay at home, like this pandemic is for real. But you can take this time to prepare for when it is safe to do so. If you found this video helpful, then give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Get them to travel as well. Honestly, travel together. I will be publishing more videos on traveling tips in the future, but if there's anything specific that you want, then comment below and I'll do my best. Hey guys, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button, okay? You know why? So you can get the videos fresh out the oven. Till next time, guys. Bye.